We are live from Hamilton Lanes in Hamilton, New Jersey, and this is the Northeast Conference Women's Bowling Tournament on NEC Front Row. Today it's the championship round with the number 2 Sacred Heart Pioneers taking on the number 1 FDU Knights.
Fortunate that we were able to play.
Kobe Jones, and she strikes. Nice bounce back after her open in the first frame.
And in speaking with Coach Kregling earlier, she said the key to this lineup could be Colby Jones.
Cameron Spring strikes for Fairleigh. Rachel Bamford had a strike in the third. And Jana Henderson, who has yet to strike, goes into the 10th frame.
She'll need 7 pins to win the game.
We had been told a few bowlers ago that it was over. Apparently that not being the case. Henderson.
That should do it, Paul. Ooh, just 6.
Well, I did not appreciate the unofficial word that they had won the game because we announced it as such. And apparently that is not the case. She needs 2 pins, we are now told. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
So 1 for the tie, 2 for the win. Which meant she needed an 8 count.
She entered the frame on a spare.
And she got 2.
FDU
wins by 1 pin.
Pulls it out and wins by 1.
977 to 976. 978 to 977. As razor thin as it will be. Isn't that appropriate?
Another 1 pin differential.
Potentially. She'll go cross lane for the 10.
And she did get a bounce, but it didn't bounce back up onto the pin deck.
So that's it. A 1 pin lead for the Pioneers after the first Baker game. 8 straight strikes for Sacred Heart. Bamford says we might as well make it 9 to finish it off as they hammer this one home.
That's a monster game. 279, 11 out of 12 strikes for Sacred Heart. FDU with 3 in the 10th will have 216.
All right, so Fairleigh Dickinson finishes up their game with a 184. Bamford on her fill ball gets 7.
Giving them a 171.
And so Fairleigh Dickinson takes a total pin advantage after 2 games by 12. And we'll get a sub, Mercedes Morel, redshirt sophomore from Haverstraw, New York, number 34. She throws the final ball.
And that's 232 for Sacred Heart, giving them a 31-pin victory in this 5-pin total pinfall Baker. And we will move on to a best of 7. Mulligan Brown will be up for Sacred Heart. And the Pioneers need to get striking in order to get back into this match.
Having yet to get one in the first 5 frames. Mulligan Brown had a 300 game yesterday, the first of her career. A little bit light, but the mix goes. And this is exactly what Sacred Heart did just a couple of games ago, where they fell behind early and then suddenly strang a bunch of strikes.
Juliana Spina.
And she comes through, and look at her emotion. And now Fairleigh Dickinson is in complete control. Amanda Sharnowski in the 9th frame. Nails it. And the Knights are smelling it now. And the open frame will do it.
With that open frame, Sacred Heart only possible 199. That is official, Paul.
I wish John would wave to me, but I'll take your word for it, Ken. Congratulations to Fairleigh Dickinson. There's Henderson with the spare. That'll do it. Fairleigh Dickinson knocking off Sacred Heart 4-3 in this best-of-7 Baker round. And they win this championship round over the Pioneers 2-1. Henderson with a final ball. And in celebration, she strikes a fitting end as the FDU Knights are your 2021 NEC Women's Bowling Champions. Ken Yakoboski heading down to the lanes. He will talk to head coach Mike Lepresti. In his 19th season, he has gone to the Final Four 8 times as the winningest NCAA women's coach in bowling history. So from Hamilton Lanes in Hamilton, New Jersey, Fairleigh Dickinson is your 2021 NEC Women's Bowling Champion. We send it down to Ken with Coach Lepresti.
Congratulations on the win, sending you into the NCAA Championships.
Awesome.
I have to tell you shocked us all with that call to stay on lane 7 in the last game. Tell us what made that decision for you.
40 years of coaching. I've been doing this a long time, and basically I know my players. I know what they can do. It was just a matter of minor adjustments. That's all it was. A couple of balls, and I knew we could make the switches, and then put it in somebody with a little more energy, a little more ball speed, to take away the player that was having a little trouble keeping the ball in the pocket, and then just going back to our pat lineup. That's all it was. And then plus they weren't as lined in on the right lane as they were on the left lane. So I wasn't going to put them on the lane where they just shot 230, 240. So it was just a matter of us executing, and it was shocker, but it worked.
And your anchor player Henderson, she struggled to carry all day. What made the decision for you to put her back in the anchor spot in that last game?
Hey, she's been great for us all year long, and she was just having timing issues throughout the weekend, and we did a lot of Band-Aids to try to get her back in, click her in. We were using what I call the Bill Straub Nebraska drill the whole day today, and it just wasn't working. She was just pulling down every shot, and we just, then we realized that I just needed to give her a blow, that's all. Just get her out of anchor, make her see what happens, and then once, Amanda came through the first time, and then once Amanda wasn't able to execute that one frame, it was just a matter of her going back in, and she knew she had to pick the team up, and she did a great job.
Well, you guys were undefeated on the weekend. Great weekend. I want to congratulate you again, and I'll let you get over there and celebrate with your team.
Thank you very much, Kenny. Thank you.
Good luck at the NCAA Championships. Paul, I'll send it back to you.